Today in our quick and easy workout series, we're just going to be with the breathing. I'm Lynn Bridgeford from iBios. Join me in a minute. Breathing is the first and last thing we ever do, and actually I believe it is the most important thing we do. Good breathing helps us have good energy, good oxygenation, and more vitality in life. So we're going to do some simple exercises, some sitting and some laying, just to connect with your breathing in a very simple, uncomplicated way. So sitting nice and upright, shoulders above the hips, crown above the base. You may want to be leaning against the back of a chair, whatever's comfortable for you. I'm going to bring the hands onto the belly and just notice what happens when we breathe into the belly. The hands come forwards. As we breathe out, it goes in. So just notice the natural movement. And then bring the hands onto the rib cage at the front or a little to the side. And notice the natural movement of the ribs as we breathe. And then bring the hands to the upper chest. Breathe in, breathe out. Of course, this movement we want to be happening at the back as well. Now what we want to happen with the ribs as we breathe, they should smile. It's like a pump handle, front and back, and often I find that people are tight in their breathing, particularly after they've been unwell, and the rib cage doesn't move to support the breath. So being gentle with the breath, we're going to bring the hands onto the rib cage and just focus on breathing into the hands. The diaphragm, the big breathing muscle, is the dome here. As we breathe in, that comes down. As we breathe out, it comes back up. So just encourage a sideways movement with the ribs. Don't worry if it doesn't go very far. The minimum for our health, if you want to measure it, is 3 centimeters, which is only that much. So when you're well practiced and a yogi, you should get more like 10 centimeters. We always want to keep gentle with the breath to keep ourselves focused and avoid getting dizzy. Bring the hands to the rib cage at the top and have a sense of, do the ribs move out as you breathe? Does the chest lift up? Or have you got that smiling feeling? Breathe and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. We're going to lay down and feel the breathing. By all means, have a cushion if you need it. Keep the floating ribs tucked down so we have a tiny little bit of engagement in the core, nothing much, just to keep ourselves stable. Bring the hands onto the belly and just breathe normally and notice the movement of the belly. And then bring the hands onto the rib cage. Notice the movement. It might feel slightly different than it did sitting. And come to the upper chest. Sometimes just taking time to feel the breath and to focus in on it can be a start of improving our breathing already. Keep it simple. Some simple breathing exercises to open up the breath. Interlink the hands behind and reach them back and down so we've lifted the chest. If you need to hold a belt, that's also okay. So lift up and we're going to breathe to the top of the chest and out to the side, putting this little bit of tension through the structure. Just helps to encourage the breathing. Another way we can do this is take the hands behind us, press down and get that lift, keep the neck in neutral and breathe all the way to the top of the chest. Also breathing into the lower ribs, and you can breathe into the belly as well if that works for you. And roll through the finger to sit up straight. Another way to use that is to reach back and down again, use a belt if you need to, and then come forwards. Now you may go all the way, or you may just go a little way. Keep an openness in the chest and find a place to have those hands So we have a little curl in the spine and we're breathing more into the upper back. Keep it comfortable and come up on an inhale. If you're comfortable to bring your arms up, either against a wall or straight up, as long as you're keeping a good structure, that will just help enhance the breathing. So experiment and see how it feels in your breath with your arms like a stop sign, and how it feels when you reach them up. Keep it comfortable. You can bring them down a little, bring them down a little more. As we change the structure, the breathing changes. So we're just going to sit with the hands on the legs, nice straight spine. You can close your eyes if you need to, and just focus on breathing. We're going to breathe lower lung, middle lung, upper lung. And then we breathe out lower lung, middle lung, upper lung. That's if we're just doing upper lung breath, we're not exchanging the air, so we're going to breathe in lower, middle, upper, breathe out lower, middle, upper. In the beginning it's subtle, so keep it gentle. Focus first on opening through the ribs and then the chest, and breathe out through the ribs, lower, middle and upper. We have 3 lobes to the lung, actually 2 on the left, but we'll call it 3 for ease. So breathing in lower, middle, upper, breathing out lower, middle, upper. And if you don't need the hands anymore, if you can do that without the hands, just sit with a nice straight spine, neck in neutral, and breathe fully in and out. When we practice the breath, it improves. When breath improves, life improves. Our energy improves. Sometimes one of the most important things about breathing is to notice when we hold our breath. We often hold our breath when we're stressed, and rather than judging ourselves, just notice when we're holding the breath, and the power is to breathe. So keep aware of your breath, notice what you do with it, and start to change it to be more empowered by a full breath. That's some simple exercises to help you improve your breath, the first and last thing and most important thing we ever do. Thank you so much.